I just got kicked out of Jordan Peterson's lecture. We were straight on. We were like 30 feet from each other maybe, and I stood up and I'm like, you're a fucking neo-Nazi, and that's shit from the John Birch Society, and fuck you, motherfucker.
It's not a good thing to be silent when you shouldn't be silent, because all you do is encourage the tyrants when you do that. You think, well, I'm not going to engage in the conflict. It's like, hey, fair enough, you know.
Everything you say is from the John Birch Society. You're not going to be silent.
It's okay. It's okay, guys. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Best to not respond. Best to not respond. Best to not respond.
Truth hurts! Don't put me wrong!
So I gave it to him. I let Jordan Peterson hear it, and I hope he got his shit thrown off. I hope he's all fucked up now and messed up.
And I presume that as he marched out, he probably thought that he told all you, I don't know what you are.
A fucking neo-Nazi.
Nazis, I guess. just exactly what he should have told you. And so
I gave it to him. I let Jordan Peterson hear it, and I hope he got his shit thrown off. I hope he's all fucked up now and messed up.
it's interesting. It's interesting to see something like that because, well, just look at what just happened. What I was talking about was that I was talking about these terrible tyrannies, right? The Nazi tyranny and the Stalinist tyranny, and so that covers the extremes of the political spectrum. And I was making a case that the reason that was happening was because of the moral failings of the individuals. And the response to that was that I was offering John Birch propaganda, right? You think, it's almost impossible to believe that those things could happen at the same time because they're so, well, it's so absolutely preposterous. The case I was making had nothing to do with, it wasn't a political case in the least. It's a psychological case. So you wonder what the heck was going on in his mind.
So, I didn't shower. I'm stinky as hell right now, man. I walked in there and I sat down next to the one girl in the whole fucking theater. She was kind of cute too. I mean, lady, woman, how you doing? So I sat down. She starts covering her nose because I stink. And it's really obvious that she's like disgusted by my scent. And the other guy was like elbowing me and stuff like that. Anyway, I got distracted. His argument about cultural Marxism is just basically some warmed over shit from the John Birch Society back in the day. And he got into that, man. And by the way, look that up. John Birch Society, cultural Marxism. You look at the advertisements they used to take out back in the day, it's the exact same shit they're talking about right now, where you just replace the civil rights movement with Black Lives Matter or trans activists, gay activists, whatever sort of like disenfranchised class you want to talk about who's trying to have a voice, right? You substitute them with the civil rights movement back in the day, and that's what the John Birch Society was talking about.
Because it's so interesting that it happened right then. It's a perfect example of this kind of ideological possession, is that the reality of the situation had absolutely no impact whatsoever on what he was thinking or what he said or what he was planning to do. You know, he was in his own reality, whatever that was, and not a very pleasant one, I would say. It's a really good example of how that kind of individual blindness can manifest itself. So it's actually quite helpful.
So he started getting into this again. Oh, the neo-Marxists and the postmodernists and this and this and this. I'm like, this is that John Birch bullshit again. And he's like, you know, and then people were silent and they didn't stand up and then blah, 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 blah. And when people are silent, that's bad. That's good for tyrants. It's bad for whatever. And so I stood up. I said, well, then I'm not going to be silent. The shit that you are saying right now is rehashed old bullshit from the John Birch Society, and you're a neo-Nazi. Kept on going, and boo, boo. I'm like, yeah. And one guy turns around, who was yelling the whole time too. He was in the front row, and Jordan Peterson was like saying, One time he goes, you know, it's the worst. It's the worst when you're your own worst enemy. You know, it's bad when you get cancer and stuff, but when you do something to make the situation worse, that's a bad feeling. You know, that's the type of thing that keeps you up at night till like 3 or 4 in the morning. He goes, exactly. Like, and he kept yelling that at weird moments.
And that's the things that make you ashamed and wake you up in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock in the morning and bother your conscience and, you know, make you contemptuous of yourself, let's say, and all of that. And so, exactly. No, not exactly. It's actually a reflection of your responsibility as an individual. Exactly. Because the truth of the...
And then so when I was leaving though, when I was like, boo, boo, get him out of here, dude's like, hang the commie! Hang the commie! By the way, I got a Jordan Peterson autograph thing, $40. I'll sell this. I'll autograph this too and sell it to you on patreon.com/theexperiment once I get to like 7,000 subscribers and subscribe or die. Goodbye.
By the way, that's the first time in all of these talks, that's 43 cities, that anything like that has happened. So, and it's all right, so we'll all recover from that. So, yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad. But, Salem, well, thank you. So the argument that I was making, essentially,